What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of Basketball Wives. This is season 11, episode 4, and the episode is titled, Who Are You? Where Did You Come From? Let's get right into this review. Evelyn is back in town, and she has invited Brooke and Jennifer over. Again, I thought Jennifer was not her friend. However, now they are kikiing with each other. Nonetheless, they talk about the ice skating event. And Jennifer clearly is not feeling Clana. It is very clear. And after seeing this episode, I understand why she doesn't like that girl. Now, Clana, she does want to meet up with Jennifer, so that way they can come to some type of understanding. That's what I think. Jennifer still doesn't understand where this girl came from. And like I said previously on my review, I feel like the reason why Jennifer is questioning where this girl came from is because usually on reality TV shows, people are introduced through somebody else. So she's just trying to figure out, girl, how do you fit into this circle? Like, where did you come from? Who are you friends with? Nonetheless, Evelyn is over here telling her woe it's me story about how she now has anxiety. She keeps mentioning how, everything that happened in my first wedding. Y'all, was it the first wedding with Chad? Girl, you was married to him for like 2 days. Get out of our face with this. Just say you don't like that man and move on. So, moving forward, we see Jil, and she meets up with Clana. Now, Jil, you just confused me because on your confessional, you said, I'm planning this party, but I don't know if I want Clana to come. Girl, just on the last episode, you just said, hey, Clana, can you help me plan this party? Make that make sense, girl. Please make it make sense. But nonetheless, Clana is talking about how people, they can't come into her personal space, and she's from the hood, but she left that lifestyle alone. Girl, what? Like, I'm sorry, but I feel like Clana is giving all of this smoke and energy, and we don't need it. All you had to say was, oh, hey, I actually met Jackie and Evelyn at another event. That's all you had to say. That's how you coming into the circle. These people don't know you. None of us know you. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny, but even when you think of like Brittany Renner, right? Brittany is a new girl coming into this situation. However, people at least have seen her on social media. Ain't nobody heard of you, Clana. So I don't understand why you have all this like heavy in the chestness. Like, girl, take it down a few notches. So next thing y'all know, we move on. Jennifer is with her man. They go see some puppies. The best part of the scene was the puppies. Next, Jil, she ends up meeting up with Brittany, and they talk about the ice skating event, and Brittany feels like, the energy at the event, it wasn't good. So she says that she wasn't drunk, and nobody's going to stand over her. Here's my thing. Brooke actually did not stand over you. She stood up, but she was at a whole different table. Like, just want to be technical here. Now, Jil, she says that she did not like the body shaming, and she also felt like both ladies played a part in that situation going bad. Now, one thing I will say is throughout watching this episode, I like Jil. I feel like she is a girl who wants to have fun, have a good time, but at the end of the day, keep that drama to a minimum. Like, her thought process is we're too grown for all of this. But it's like, girl, you just don't know what type of show you signed up for. Nonetheless, she wants to make sure that, her fiance's party is good. Like, she don't want it to go left. So, Brittany, she does tell her that she doesn't plan on apologizing to Brooke. And that's basically just going to have to be that. I'm just like, okay, well, that was very short-lived that Brittany and Brooke were getting along. Nonetheless, let's move on. We see Jennifer and her man yet again. She tells Christian that she wants the ladies to meet him. And that's pretty much it. Next scene. Jil and her fiance Natasha. Natasha ends up coming home. Jil is super excited about it. We also learned that When they first got together, Jacil says that she knew that it was very special because Natasha, she always tries to put Jacil's son first. And I feel like that's super important, especially considering a lot of times when people date, they have this idea that, oh, I'm only dating that person. But listen, if the person has kids, it's a package deal, baby. You can't just leave the kids hanging out. You know what I'm saying? You cannot leave the kids out because you only want to be with that person. That's very selfish. To me, it seems like Jacil and Natasha, they are very into with each other. They really like each other. And hopefully we do get to see more scenes of them together. Now let's go ahead and move on. Jackie, she ends up popping up on Brooke. And Brooke, instead of her making like the typical obituary for her daughter, she actually made it like a book. And it had like a bunch of pictures, like a lot of stuff in there. And she ends up giving one to Jackie. You know, Jackie, she does take that moment to apologize again for not being there for Brooke. And I will say, in that moment, Jackie definitely seemed like she was being very genuine. Like, she was actually apologetic for not, being there for her. They end up talking about the ice skating thing and how things escalated between Brooke and Brittany. Now, Brooke, she feels like Brittany needs to be put in her place. So that lets me know there will be another situation with Brittany and Brooke at some point during this season. So let's go on to Jacil. She is at a flower shop and Vanessa and Brittany show up. When I tell you I was absolutely annoyed with Vanessa, my God, I was so annoyed because all the questions that she had for Jacil was about how Jacil and Natasha have sex as lesbians. And I'm just like, girl, what's wrong with you? If you have all these questions, you need to go hop on to Google. Because Jacil is a better sport than me. Because I really would have probably went off on her like, girl, what you not about to do is come over here asking all these stupid questions that you can Google if you're so concerned. Or maybe you should go try to find a woman who is single and wants to hook up with you, and they can explain that to you. And they can show you what goes down, because it's not like your husband is paying you no never mind anyways. But nonetheless, Brittany, she goes on to talk about how she doesn't plan on repairing anything with Brooke. She also is not going to go to Jacil's event for her fiance because she's going to be out of town hosting. So she goes on to say that in her confessional, even though her baby daddy plays in the NBA, she doesn't get what she deserves for child support. And that's why she works so hard for her money. I'm sorry, but y'all, let me know, am I crazy? But that was giving, I wanted him to fill my pockets because I had a baby by him. Like, something about Brittany, especially when she be talking to her mama, it is giving undertones of I'm a gold digger. It is what it is. I gotta say it. That's what it's giving. Nonetheless, let's move on. Jen is about to meet with Clana, but in her confessionals, she called her colonic because she's full of it. I fell out. That was a good one, Jen. So Jennifer is trying to explain to Clana that, she wasn't trying to be negative, but she just wanted to know how she got to this group of friends. So Jen, she felt like, listen, you had an aggressive energy talking to Clana, and you're the one who got Brittany riled up. So Clana, she ends up asking Jen, why was she there? Who she's friends with. And Jennifer is like, well, I know everyone. Now, here's what Clana was trying to do. Clana was trying to give her all the questions that she was getting, but I feel like it just didn't work the other way around. Because at the end of the day, like, Jennifer has been here since the beginning of this damn show. I mean, maybe not the LA version, but Jennifer is an OG. She's been here the whole time. Those type of questions don't really work on her. So nonetheless, Clana is just throwing questions out left and right to Jennifer. And Jennifer, like, at one point she tells this girl, like, well, I heard you were a side chick. Clana, she's given a timeline of her and her ex, and then tells Jennifer that she's trying to stay relevant. So Jennifer is like, how am I trying to be relevant when I was a whole wife? Now here comes Clana, like, oh, you were what, married only 1 or 2 years? And Jennifer's like, no, I was with that man for like a decade. Now I can't lie, it was bothering me that the further Clana was trying to interrogate Jen, she kept lowering her head to the damn table. I was like, girl, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to put your head down? Why do you keep lowering your head? But nonetheless, Clana, she was doing a lot. She starts calling Jennifer trash, telling her that she's irrelevant. So Jennifer, she gets up and she leaves out. What does Clana do? Follow her out, still yelling. And it's just like, girl, just let it go. So she's yelling about Jennifer hanging on by a thread. And when Jennifer is like standing outside, this girl comes right into her face, pushes her. And I'm just like, what are you doing, Clana? Like, none of this was that deep. Like, be for real. I feel like because you just happen to be some player's baby mama, people have probably always just been like, girl, you just a player's baby mama. You don't hold no weight around here. And even on this show, you don't. Because you doing a lot for no reason. So the next time we see Jennifer, she meets up with Jil to basically tell her, listen, I met up with Clana. Things went south. If she gonna be at your party, I won't be there. All right, fine. So let's move on. We now have a scene with Evelyn and Levon. So Evelyn is basically using her situation with Chad to justify her reasoning to not wanting to be with this man. So he basically tells her that they can pump the brakes. Now, as we all know, in real life, in real time, these two are not together. I feel like Evelyn strung this man along for no reason. Moving on. We get to Jil's event, and I must say it looked really, really nice. And you could definitely tell she put in a lot of effort because her fiance's team members were going to be there. So we see the lady starts to pile in or whatever. And she ends up telling the ladies how, you know, she did her hair in like this really quick like hairstyle. Took her only 6 minutes. Girl, it looked good. And honestly, I can't even knock you trying to do your hair super fast because you trying to get everything ready for this party. So, next thing you know, Jennifer, when she shows up, she brings her man Christian there. So this way all the girls, they can meet him. What do they want to do? Ask him a bunch of questions. So we learn that this man has 2 kids under the age of 2. Now, here's my thing. I don't even see a problem with that. You want to know why? Because Jennifer ain't about to have no kids. If that man is able to have his kids, you know what I'm saying, and be able to get a woman like Jennifer who still wants to be with him, I'm not even about to knock it. Okay? Because like I said, Jennifer ain't about to put out no babies. You can give her a dog, but that's all you gonna get out of her. So, honestly, it's a win-win for him. If he wanted to start a family, as well as have, you know, a good woman by his side. Nonetheless, we see that Jil has disinvited Clana. The WNBA team, they actually show up. Now, I have no idea what team it was. Maybe I missed the name. But nonetheless, it looked like everybody was having a good time. And then here goes the gossip. The ladies started to gossip about what happened with Clana and Jennifer. So Jackie, she is trying to think of a master plan so that way she can get the girls to stop fighting. Jackie, let it go. And Natasha, she ends up going to speak to the ladies. And she's like, you know, thanks for keeping an eye on Jil while I'm not in town and all of this stuff. Honestly, I feel like Jil and Natasha are good people. And I'm nervous about them being on this show. Just because we know how messy and nosy the women on this show can be. And I don't want them to go prying into their relationship. But nonetheless, some of the ladies, they end up talking to Christian about what he does. And he says that he's a portfolio manager. What exactly does he do? I don't know. Jennifer, she ends up asking Evelyn, like, oh, where's your ring at? You're not wearing your ring. And Evelyn is joking around, calling herself a runaway bride. I said, yeah, you don't want to be with this man. Because there's no way you would be cracking jokes like, ha ha ha, I'm the runaway bride. I'm not wearing my ring. Who would crack jokes like that? But y'all, that was the episode. I feel like Basketball Wives, they not bringing it, but it's like enough to watch where it's like, all right, I guess there's something going on. I don't know. It's very weird. But y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Are y'all Team Jil or Team Clana? Yeah. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.